Hi guys, it's Hani here. Welcome to my YouTube channel, and today I'm going to share with you step-by-step tutorial on how to make these adorable sitting bunny cookies dressed up in gingham along with the cutest carrot cookies. If you are more of a picture learner, you can visit my blog where I posted step-by-step picture tutorial for you guys, and link is in the description box. To make the cookies, I used this cutter, and I also made a cardstock template, and I'm tracing the outlines onto the cookie with a yellow edible marker by Food Doodlers. We're going to start by icing the bottom of the cookie with white royal icing. This is about 15-second consistency. I'm going to be airbrushing. So when you airbrush with a stencil, it's important that the surface you're airbrushing, it's even. So it is important that you use a scribe tool and smooth the icing, and try avoid having any dimples in your icing, and then let it dry overnight. To airbrush, I'm going to use a stripe stencil, and as you can see, it's a paper stencil that I made myself out of cardstock. You can find a step-by-step tutorial on my blog on how to do that. However, if you plan on making hundreds of these, I would suggest that you get a plastic Mylar stencil. They are easily available in different sizes, and you can find them in different stores online. When airbrushing, in general, you want to airbrush in light coats. You don't want to do one heavy coat because that tends to create overspray. Especially when you're doing the stripes, it's better to do several light coats, and then you will build up the color to the color you want. Also, I find it's helpful when I'm closer to the stencil. You can see I'm not super high, and also that I'm airbrushing the edges of the stripes first and then the middle. I find it gives me the best results when doing the stripes. Alright, so we have several beautiful colors. Also, don't forget to wash the airbrush gun between the colors, and also after you're done airbrushing. You don't want to have the color sitting in your airbrush gun because it will really clog it up, and then it's pain to clean. Now we're going to ice the head. I'm using white icing. This is about again 15. You can also use thicker icing for this section. And I'm going to let it crust for about 30-40 minutes, and then we'll do the ears. Now the ears we're going to do in several steps, starting with the pink section here, 25-second consistency icing. I'm going to let the pink sections crust for about 10 minutes, and then we'll do the white. Now you can come in and go around with the white. This is about 20-second consistency, 20 to 25 seconds. And the right ear I'm going to do in 2 steps. So I'm going to flood this section and then letting it crust for about 10 minutes, and then do this bottom bit here. And now we can make the decorations. We're going to make 3 different decorations. These are going to be tiny little bows, and I'm using a leaf tip. You can see I'm kind of tucking the white part under a little bit, and this is a tip by PME ST50, and I created myself a little template. Template is allowing me to make the loops of the bow same length, and you can see I'm slightly overlapping with the second leaf that I'm piping, overlapping the first leaf I made. This is going to strengthen the bow, and then come in with a piping bag, and pipe the knot in the center. And this is about 25-second consistency. Here you can see it has a little peak on the top. I'm going to smooth that out with my scribe, and then we have to let these dry overnight. Once these are dry, I'm going to paint them with gold edible paint. And because these are so small, they're easily removed from the acetate that I'm using. I put my template in a protector sheet, and once these are dry, after you paint them, let them dry for about 30 minutes. You can remove them from the acetate. Now another decoration that I'm going to make is Easter basket. So to make the Easter baskets, I am using a piping bag filled with kind of like with a medium stiff consistency. This is not icing that is super stiff, because if you're making a lot of these, your wrist is definitely going to hurt. And I fitted my piping bag with a number 2 piping tip. And again, my template is inside of a protector sheet, so I'm piping directly on the protector sheet. And the baskets I'm making today, we are going to make those in 2 steps. So this is the first step, piping the basket. And then the second step is going to be adding the filler, which are going to be sprinkles. And we'll do that after this is dry. So you have to let the baskets dry overnight. And then you can do the green part. However, if you want to get a little fancy here, you could add some color to this and just shade these with some edible brown petal dust, or you can use cocoa powder. It just gives them more natural, realistic look, I find. Make sure that you use dry food only paintbrush, and fluffy brush really works well for this. Now this is an optional step. If you don't have cocoa powder or you don't want to use this, you don't have to. Now we can add the green part. So this is going to be the grass, and this is about 20-second consistency here, and then we can add the sprinkles. So I'm using, these are actually my favorite sprinkles, Jimmy's. I love Jimmy sprinkles because they are soft on your teeth, and these days they do come in a variety of different beautiful colors. Then you can use some spring nonpareils, and I also have some cute mini Easter egg sprinkles, so I'm adding those for the festive look. And after this, we have to let this dry. So once these are dry, you can easily remove them from your protector sheet. Look how easy that is. And then store these away from direct sunlight and moisture until you are ready to use them. Third decoration that we are making are Easter eggs. So I'm going to make these in 4 different colors. And again, I have a template inside of my protector sheet, and you can find these templates in my template shop. Link is in the description box under this video. And the consistency of my icing for this is about 15. You could use 20-second also, but I used 15-second consistency for these Easter eggs. And again, after I'm done icing these, make sure that you put them on a flat surface. So underneath there, I have a flat cardboard, and just lay them flat and let them dry overnight. And same with the baskets. I wanted to create speckled designs, so I'm using brown airbrush color, and I dipped my airbrush in a food only paintbrush and then running a scribe through the bristles, splattering the eggs. Let these dry again for about 20 minutes, and then you can remove these from the acetate. Aren't these cute? These would be great for so many different projects. And again, store these away from direct sunlight and moisture, and you can use royal icing transfers for so many different things, like I said, but I wanted to say that you can make these ahead of time. And what I mean by that, days, weeks, and even months ahead. To attach this onto the cookie, add a little bit of royal icing on the back, and then gently with a shifting motion, make it flush with the base. To make the arms, I'm using 25-second consistency royal icing here, and with thicker icing, but still flat icing, to make it smooth, you want to agitate the icing with a scribe. I often use what I call a sewing motion, where I go up and down with a needle, and it helps to smooth the icing. Now we can add outlines on the bottom here to make the feet. For this, I'm using outline consistency royal icing. Aren't these adorable? I love Gingham so much. I already made so many different projects using Gingham pattern. It's just so happy and springy. Wouldn't you guys agree? Now to make the facial features, I am using edible marker, and this is a dual marker by Rainbow Dust that I absolutely love. And it has a fine point that I just used, and then a wider tip that I used to make the oval shaped eyes. Now I'm making a little heart for the nose, and then the mouth, and there. Also, I'm going to use it to make whiskers. And for the blush, I'm using pink petal dust and dry food only paintbrush. And to remove the excess, I'm using an empty decorating bottle. I'm just going to blow that away. And now we can attach that cute little bow we made earlier. You could attach it onto the ear or below the head, or you could do both. Isn't that adorable? Remember the baskets we made? You could also use those. Now notice I didn't do the handle before, because the handle, you see how fine it is, so it would most likely break in the process of me trying to remove it from the acetate. So I'm adding the handle after, and then we can repeat and add the arms and do all the details like we did on the previous bunny. And if you are looking for the recipes that I like to use, I have them listed on my blog, hanielas.com. And I also share lots of tips and tricks on how to use royal icing, how to thin royal icing to different consistencies. And I'm including all the links in the description box under the video. And if you are new to my YouTube channel, if this is your first time watching, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell button so you get notified about my new uploads. And you can also find me on Facebook, Instagram, Pinterest. Now to make the carrots, I am using, and you guys, I hope you guys guessed what cutter is this. This is a strawberry cutter, and those of you who are following me for several years now, I think I did those cookies in 2018. Anyway, in 2018, I did a set of 30 cookies actually using a same strawberry cutter. And they're all different designs, so it's a really fun project, and I already have so many different ideas for strawberry shape. It's such a versatile shape. Who would have thought, right? Now I'm including a link to a video and blog post including those 30 designs in the description box. You can see these are mini cookies because I was able to fit them under my 6 by 6 inch stripe stencil. So these are minis, super cute as a filler cookie if you're making a platter, and they take no time to make, literally. You can see I'm using my scribe tool, keeping the stripes from moving. That's another way to get nice sharp stripes. Now to decorate the top, I'm using, this is light green royal icing, and for this section you could get away using 15, but I would suggest using 22nd. If you're using 15 and you're piling it up, you will most likely get some dimples or cratering. With 20, it's less likely to happen because it's thicker icing. Now let it dry and then outline, and I'm also going to add some sanding sugar. I love sanding sugar. It adds a little sparkle and interest into your design. So here are the finished cookies, guys. I hope you enjoyed this very long tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. And again, you can find step-by-step picture tutorial on my blog, hanielas.com. Don't forget to say hello, and I will see you next time.